Good afternoon, everyone. Have you ever looked outside your window and felt, ah, what a beautiful tree that is? And you keep looking at the tree and you start noticing the micro details in it, the sudden movement of the leaves, the array of colors, the patterns in which the leaves are placed, the light passing through it. Feels refreshing, right? Believe it or not, I've been doing this my entire life. And I'm sure many sitting in this room have also done it. There's nothing special about it. But let me tell you that it is the most important thing that you can do today. These are the tiny details that changes the way you think. I believe that it is our experiences of the world that gives meaning to life. But then there are people like me who would walk around and say, "Oh, that's a nice concrete jungle. This mesh looks beautiful. This tank looks perfect. These lines look great." And sometimes I would go like, "Oh, this is such a nice piece of gobar." After spending a lot of time seeing things, our mind gets rewired and the idea of beauty changes. And I'm guessing this not only happens to designers, but also mathematicians, physicists, artists, or anyone who gets into this everyday habit of zooming in and zooming out, seeing, observing, and reflecting upon their environments. There comes a time when one realizes that there is beauty in everything. And over the years, I've started documenting subjects like landscapes, patterns, rhythm, light, movement, textures, and of course, trees. This practice of daily observation gave rise to multiple projects. Whether it is documenting the biodiversity of India or writing a speculative paper on the evolution of human body. In retrospect, when I think about it, it is these experiences which have changed my perspective towards teaching and learning in these contemporary times. I remember once I was in the forest trying really hard to click some photographs. I wanted to capture them so badly that I couldn't find a single frame. I got frustrated. I decided to take a pause. I lay down flat on the grass. I kept my camera aside. And then for 15 minutes, I shut my eyes. I opened them slowly and turned my head towards the right hand side of my body. And then I saw it, a perfect blade of grass with a droplet of water on it. And then I saw it again and again and again and again. This made me realize that the camera is just a medium and sometimes even a crutch. I could see everything clearly with my eyes without any effort. After a point, I stopped carrying my camera and went around the forest just for the experience of it. That's when I realized that sometimes doing nothing at all is one of the most important thing that one can do. Nowadays, our realities have changed and it has narrowed down to these rectangular screens. And I'm sure most of us, when we wake up in the morning, the first thing that we do is we pick up our phones. We go to work, we open our laptops, we come back home, we watch movies with our families. And then before we go to sleep, we get back to our phones again. The average screen time globally has gone up to 6 hours 40 minutes per day. Whether we like it or not, it has become a part of our life and it has started changing our behavior even in the classrooms. As an educator, I cannot discard these technologies. In fact, We embrace them and we try to work around these changes. We as educators have to find smarter ways to encourage our students to learn. One of the way is to take them through experiences that they cannot forget. An experiential way of learning can be looked through various mediums: active, action, service, and immersive. It doesn't matter if the experience is good or bad. What matters is that we experience it. It is a practice of observation and of being. I encourage my students to take pauses from their work, their phones, their laptops, and sometimes even from society. In the process of imparting design education over the span of 6 years, there are learning patterns that I've seen in students. If I put these patterns together, I believe that it is the sense of belonging that builds the students, just like our home. Intangibly, we keep absorbing from our environment, whether it is our cultural values that we got from our grandmother while we were just at home, or that new language that we learned just by being around our friends and neighbors. As a space designer and an educator, I try to build environments and situations that belong to the students, where they can take ownership, feel proud about their work, and find a space full of encouragement. Spending a lot of time in the forest has taught me a lot, and I try to bring, if not the forest, but a small part of it in my classrooms. I've tried to build something like a tree which is rooted in its cultural values and compassion, a tree with a trunk and branches that provide scaffolding for courage, a tree with full of leaves of learnings, a tree with beautiful flowers ready to become fruits, a tree full of life, a tree that belongs to us and it is our home. Just like that tree that I once saw outside my window. Thank you so much for your time.